Testing, testing. Are we having technical issues? Or what's going on here? Enable. Oh, it's because this has got both. Aha! And then it disables it, right. Okay. It's because it's got both systems. It's got... Oh, why did I do that to myself? This, okay. Okay, here we go. How do we fix this? We fix this by removing this. Because this is... Okay, so... Hello, audience. Welcome. There's no one watching live at the moment, but... Stream Elements, you failed. You just posted is now live streaming, but you didn't post the title. Okay, so to over-explain myself, in this scene setup, and I guess I could just switch scenes real quick. I have both the old school audio input for DJ Zed, which requires it to be activated as an audio MIDI setup instrument. But I also have it set up as a, watch, over here on this scene. You see this? Not the weed screen, darn it. This thing? This is the audio visual input of DJ Zed as just like the new updated, where is it? Come on, DJ Zed, you have to unmute you, boom. And now I probably have to reactivate it over here. Enable, there it is. Okay, so those two conflict. This is a combo audio visual input over here, and the other one that I just deleted from the other scene is a audio only input using a desktop thing that's built into, that's native to iMacs. But this other one uses a Streamlabs. It can do what iMac won't let you, which is detect that it's an iPad, pull both the audio and the video. I don't know if you guys remember, but any really old school fan would remember the days when I literally prayed for that. Like 9 months ago, I was like, oh dear, gremlins of the interwebs, please let Streamlabs quietly release an update that integrates blah, 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 blah. And so that because it wouldn't, because nothing else would. From the first days of streaming, I was like, how do I get my iPad's video and audio combined, which is usually called the AV feed, audio visual feed, into the desktop so it can stream out of some form of streaming studio, because I was testing 3 or 4. Anyways, long story there. Welcome, friends. Let me see if this is gonna work. This should work. Yeah. What's up? Howdy doody, friends. Welcome to the show. I'm your crazy host, the wild, the erratic, the chaotic, the literary fictional, your new favorite self-inspired chaos streaming concept character from a book series I haven't finished writing yet, The Incorrigible Mr. Zeppo. And this is, what show is this? Where is it? It's this show, I think. Yeah, we did it right. The Incorrigible Mr. Zeppo's almost daily variety gaming live stream show extravaganza. Let's enjoy some DJ Zed music while I attend to a couple of preliminaries and we begin the show. I say that just as DJ Zed stops playing a track. You bastard. And there's no... Okay, it doesn't let me swipe. Swipey, no swipey. What should we play next? We haven't played this in forever, I don't think. Have we played this before on the show? I don't know, let's find out. Maybe. Wait, I don't even recognize it. I'm gonna mute my mic and enjoy this while I attend to a little pre-show ritual. And then we're gonna jump into a double whammy episode. We're doing something special today, friends. Today, we're doing, time tunnel of warping. Today, we're doing a thing. See, that one doesn't have DJ Zed set up in it. Today, we're doing a Call of Duty paired mini flight combo showing We're gonna play a little. Well, we're gonna attend to some, because I am a real life guild master, and I'm trying to actually build a community and engage in like in-game socializing and the proposing of and hopefully enacting out of actual in-game events. Silly little things. Have you ever been in an MMO guild? Let's go do this raid today. Let's go all do this thing today. You know, nuanced according to the game and the context. But I digress. Like, I don't need these two. I can hide those. All right, I'm always tweaking the details. So today we're starting out over here on squad teamwork. Let me move this camera. Where's is this one? Let me plop it over here. Hello. With the magic of cyber television. There it is, folks. Boo, ba-da, boo, ba-da, boo. Let me Vanna White in the right direction. Vanna White is, by the way, not I don't think it's a toxic terminology, but it's the noun, it's the verb. Sorry, it's not a noun. Well, it is both. There's a person, that would be a noun, her name, but it's inspired by that person. But it's the gesturing in a showcasing like video. What are those called? Not video game. That's not a video game. I mean, although they did turn it into a video game, I think once. TV show contest sort of way. Let me Vanna White the squad teamwork. It's working page. Oh, wow, I sounded like I was 11. I'm a very serious gamer, friends. I'm not very good necessarily, but I'm very serious about my community building inside the game. No bullying, no toxicity, just a relaxed and groovy collection of people who agree to the idea that a video game should be enjoyed as it is, for what it is, because we got it, because we want it, because we're trying to get good at it, in a spirit of collaboration and helping everybody else get a little bit better at the game, because that's all anybody's trying to do. Whether you're level 5 or level 505, everyone's just trying to grind away, get better at the game, and enjoy the content, right? Apropos of getting lost down the rabbit hole of doing all my other disclaimers, which we shall not do at this time. But I will say, I come with a caveat of disclaimers in general when it comes to my content creation. Oh yeah, I said we're gonna rock out to this track and I turned it down. I mean, if you walked into a club and this was on the floor, you might like saunter right in for a quick wiggle, wouldn't you? Especially if you were into robot music. If you are a robot, you're probably already dancing. Anyways, welcome to my wacky show. So, historical context. Historical context about this, the thing I was Vanna Whiting about a hot minute ago. No offense to Vanna White or women or showcase contestants. No offense to anybody, ever. Can we just say stuff and not get offended? There, that's my rant for this morning. I'm cranky today. I better sip my tea or I'm gonna trash my voice before we even start playing any video games. Welcome to the show. I see we've got a viewer live on the stream. Thanks, drop by, say hi, lurk about, check it out. Let me know what you think. Get involved. Squad teamwork, friends, let me tell you about it. For historical context, I am the actual, for real life, I'm not pretending to be someone I'm not catfishing you. I am the real life, and this may or may not mean anything. Because, you know, I don't know how deep the overlap in the Venn diagram, pretend these are circles, not palms. The Venn diagram of like Call of Duty players and SimCity Online 2001, whenever it came out. I don't know how deep that goes. If it's a little tiny like, oh look, 4 people. Or if it's like 3 million people both played this game. I don't know. It might be. It was an awesome game. SimCity Online. If you've heard of it, if you played it in particular, you might have heard of SimNation. You might have heard of SimNation, period, because it's a big group on Facebook. It's multiple groups on Facebook. If you follow me on Facebook, which you can, could, should, would, just go to solo.to/Mr. Zeppo for all my socials and media content creation projects. Please support this struggling streamer. Let's erase the struggling part and make it successful streamer, content creator. SimNation, which I wish I could like drop into and be more self-promotional in, but they sort of like, I let them be totally autonomous when I'm like, you guys run it. I'm really angry because I couldn't play SimNation anymore, or SimCity Online. I couldn't play it, and they were like sunsetting it. And it was my first time having a game, and I think we can all, let me take my headsets off so I don't feel like I don't have to yell. Let me get in real close too. Let me get in for Mr. DeMille. I'm totally bastardizing this line. I'm ready. Let me say it more correctly. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. That's a movie reference. Movie reference for old school film buffs. We need a jingle for that. No, we don't want to get accused of ripping off what's his name. But it's this, I had that idea forever ago, and then he did it on his show, and I'm really sad. But that happens to me all the time. I digress. Before the film reference, some video game enthusiasts, especially those who really like to dig into weird, quirky news and or events and or things the community are doing, might remember, or might not, this might be an interesting video game history lesson for you, that SimCity Online came out, and it wasn't quite as online-ish as it could have, should have, would have been, but it was what it was, and it briefly flourished and became wildly popular because SimCity and The Sims have a pretty large player base in general, right? That brand has a pretty big following to begin with, already had. Some consider the game a flop. It was riddled with problems when it first came out. It sort of half-assed fixed them, and then it was riddled with more problems later on. But while it was growing, because there was a period while truly, factually, week to week, month to month, day over day, participation, involvement, and sales of the game were steadily not flat. They may not have been skyrocketing in the way that the markets may have preferred, but they were building. And as SimNation, go look it up. Don't take my word for it. Go to Facebook. Go to Facebook and just go to the search bar. Just go to any search bar, but in groups in particular. Hold on, I've got the hiccups and a burp at the same time. Type in SimNation. Now there'll be a few alternatives because we've built, they've spun out into various groups because we started creeping into other games that were SimCity-like enough to satisfy gamers' desire to participate in the same kind of stuff, building cities and talking about it and sharing about it and then doing things together in the game if it allowed. And I could, should, would start playing Skylines on the Xbox more and posting about it in SimNation so that I can be reintroduced to that community and be like, yo, what's up? I miss you guys. And everyone go, oh, snap. That is the guy whose name is listed as the owner of the primary group of the network of all SimNation, SimCity, Skyline Nation, Sim Skylines. If it's got SimNation and or SimCity and or Skylines in its primary theme, and it's networked to this, it may or may not be part of this thing. Now, there are plenty of other groups. For a hot minute, SimNation was within the player community of SimCity Online. Maybe the first, and if not the first, in the first top 10, 20 of clans, guilds, groups, clubs, SimCity Online related Facebook groups. and then officially the fastest growing and probably the largest. So much so that we were getting interview requests from like e-zines and, you know, influencers and YouTube video pages. And I fumbled that ball because I was really mad and burnt out. And mad because they were sunsetting the game. And even though there was talk about like player-owned servers, I didn't get it, and I didn't realize it meant we could just keep playing the game. And I didn't want to figure out how to run one myself because I knew I couldn't. And I felt like if I can't run a server, I'm not going to pretend and try to be involved in I don't know how to run this community without the official game, because I developed a series of strategies about how in the game you build a city on a map and you can visit other people's cities, but you don't really play together. You weekly and in other ways, day to day, sometimes even hour to hour, could be involved in like leaderboards, rankings together in a community sense, because there was that sort of like game-wide online leaderboard stats share zines going on, and your maps could get featured, etc. So, and there were different servers, right? So like the leaderboards were sort of tuned to each server, I think. I don't mean to misspeak. There were different servers. And so one of the things that got us popular was that we would organize invasion servers, and we would change time zones. We'd be like, yo, this Thursday or this Friday night or this Saturday morning. Because I deputize a bunch of officers, and I'd be like, just start organizing things. Do you see how I did it? They would participate in the events that I would run. And it would be silly because it's sort of like, it was like playing, what's that game that I really love that I don't play anymore very much? It was like playing, well, anyways, it's SimCity. And you would flood everyone in the club, everyone in Guild Sim Nation, eventually would like either incorporate the clan tag in their actual gamer tag name, their official in-game name, or when they built a new city in a server, when we would do server invasion events, we'd be like, let's go do Pacific Standard Western Time San Francisco server, whatever it was called. I forget what the naming system was. But let's say there was a San Francisco server. Let's go flood the San Francisco server. Shout out to San Francisco. Sorry, you're going through hard times. Get your shit together, dust it off, provide for the community, and, get rid of corruption. Love you. I left my heart there once, too. Everybody did. Everybody ever went there, left their heart in San Francisco. It's real. That's why the song is so cool, even though it's old. Okay, so if you don't know, San Francisco is like on hard times. But let's not get political and talk about that shit, because it's crazy. I got opinions, but they're controversial. But they're not terrible, I don't think. So, Pacific Standard Time server, and we would organize an invasion, and like, this would all be player members of the community, right? That actively played SimCity Online, but had never started a city in that particular server. And they were just like a big, huge server farm network arranged in time zones. It was so cool. And so we would like pick a server a few like a week in advance or whatever. And then that day, like on the server lists, on the leaderboards, there'd be like whatever community of people playing that sort of recognize each other. And there was like a little local chat where you could like chat with each other if you were all online working on your city at the same time or in the main menu area or whatever. I forget how it worked. It was a while ago. But you can imagine the fun, right? And be like, go and run. Like there was different challenges that you could do. And we sort of made up our own challenges. Like, let's do a challenge where you build a city and these are the objectives, some of which were in-game objectives. And that were like, what do you call those things? They were like little badges that you could get. And if you'd never done it on a server, the first time you did it on a server, boo, it was like little sparkly bits and an event would happen and you'd get recognized. And I think it would even give like an alert white server like message thing on the scroller bit that was sometimes really, really annoying because it would just like annoy me and block my view and distract me about stuff. But anyways, that's how we got known. And that's how we attracted more and more people. Because we would go in, we would flood a server with like, let's say it was a server of population 22. Just pretend. And it usually, in terms of active players in chat and cities being worked on at any given hour on a random Friday afternoon from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m., there was like maybe 4 or 5 people on average. Suddenly there was 40. Okay? 40, 45 people. Because we had like hundreds of members. So even if like only 10%, 30%, even if half people could go, it was a huge event. Why am I rambling about this? You'll see in a second. But we would have a blast. People and people would show up, and then people would notice, and then like they would tell others, like, dude, the server's hot right now, and there's like so many people on. Come in. And then there was also like we would try to do it so there would be in time. There was some other sort of like game-wide contests. There was a little bit like mini tournaments, I think, and you would have to like achieve a city that did this X, Y, and Z and whatever according to the thing. And we would leave a footprint, right? Or we would leave our we were here on this server because for like a week or a month or whatever it was, all of our names with all of our cities that had SimNation tag on it in one way or another. And people came up with different ways of tagging and making their city and or their name and or both reference the guild. People would win the things and get the badges and be on the leaderboards. And it would just be up for a while. People would notice and then be like, they would join some people from that server would join the guild and represent. And it was just so much fun. Squad teamwork. 91 people strong. Look, by the way, and the reason I'm excited, friends, and rambling about this, not because of the telewarping desktop tunnel of silliness. That's when I want to show you things on my iMac. The reason I'm excited, DJ said, play a little music right now while we're doing this. Let's do something from further up in the thing. Is it working? Is it playing? Am I hearing it? Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So the reason I'm excited, and the reason I just rambled about like that, my real life history of like learning and developing, deploying ideas of how to do this kind of stuff, because I'm now trying to sort of re-engineer that and apply all the experience and lessons learned and goofiness of fun we had together and implement it in some form or fashion that makes sense, that works for Call of Duty franchise. And also, to the extent that we've got members involved and active and willing to drop in and play the game every once in a while, the Battle Royale associated adjacent games like PUBG Mobile, PUBG on the Xbox, Overwatch 2, etc., 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 etc. So if this realm of video games appeals to you, welcome. I mean, that's why you're watching the show, right? Because it's in this wheelhouse, as some people might say. Here's our squad teamwork and reveal, big reveal. Although I've already talked about it, I'm just excited. I'm making a big deal about it. I'm going to clip this preamble before we jump into the game and post it on a thing as a permanent thing. It's going to be like 11 minutes long. But I might break it up into 7.5 minute long segments. But it's now stable, it appears. Fingers crossed, as dreams do come true, friends. And I mean no disrespect when I say hallelujah! Hallelujah! It works. It seems to be stable. It seems to be in-game, pointing over there, even though it's actually over there. I should flip-flop the thing. No, I'm not going to worry about it now. In Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, on the Xbox anyways, maybe also on PC and also on PlayStation, go look. If you are on the alternate platforms, please, oh please, go take a gander. Find in the socials group tab, and I'll walk you through the steps. If you've never seen it, if you never looked for it, here is how we do it. Let's take a look up close. Up close, friends. Rafi, game capture only. Boom! Take a look. Okay, so you're in, that's the, I have so many thoughts on that thing, and the idea of like gender equity amongst all the things. And you've already heard my thoughts on the Battle Pass, but mini clip for the mid-season refresh, They coulda, shoulda, woulda been plugging in new bonus unlockable cells of zones, whatever they call them, with things to unlock, with more coins to unlock them, to grind them through for the remaining 30 days in all the gappy bits. Said it before and I'll say it again. I'll say it until they implement it, because dreams are coming true, friends. Apparently, dear gremlins of the interwebs, in the matrix of the holographic reality, go whisper in the ears of the right people in the development thing, and then also let them come across my videos and realize, aha, this guy should be on the development team. He has crazy, awesome ideas. But I digress. Okay, you just logged into the game. Right, friends? Gaming audio, come in for dramatic effect. That was way too loud, I'm sorry. Gaming audio is in for dramatic effect. I meant to zoom it in and I didn't. I punched it. Let's say, it doesn't matter which one you're in. Let's just, for examples, even though I haven't played it yet, and I need some cool call to help a friend out. If you're in squad teamwork already and you see me online, send me a text saying, hey, I'll team up with you to play DMZ. I know my way around. Let's go. But if you just random invite me to a party and I miss it, I'm so sorry. Deep, genuine apologies. Hold on. Dear members, my sincerest apologies. It has come to my attention that it was not at the forefront of my attention that some of you randos who aren't even part of the clan or guild, I don't like the word clan, that's weird, too many weird associations, that are not members of the guild or squad, but players out there that are friends or not friends or whatever will send me invites, and I sometimes can't accept them or miss them entirely because I'm busy talking into the thing and or setting up the stuff over here on the desk, the bots, or adjusting my camera, and I don't notice them. I apologize. For reals. Heartfelt. Gamer love. No diss intended. Never am I ever trying to diss people on the interwebs. If I'm critiquing a politician, that's a different thing. I'm not dissing them. I'm pointing out facts and asking questions. If I'm analyzing a game or the gameplay, I'm not out to drop hate bombs. And I don't think people should fetishize that. I don't think people should hero worship that. Okay, enough said. But I apologize if anyone ever felt dissed, is my point. I never meant to. I don't do that. I don't roll that way. Hope we don't play that game. So if I ever totally see but don't read the little alerts slide on and off that you're inviting me to a thing, inviting you to a thing, but I'm an idiot because I'm rambling staring at the camera because I'm making a thing, a loopy thing, drinking tea and coffee, double fisting my tea and coffee. I apologize. Okay? And then if I then subsequently, sometime in the future, because I get really into hands-on into my clan organization, I invite you to stuff. Don't snub me from my prior missing your alerts. It wasn't just let's be friends and play. All right, enough of that. Back to the thing. So, welcome to Squad Teamwork Tutorial 101. We're going to play some Vanguard in a hot second, by the way. We're going to start with some Vanguard, but we're talking about the club. I know some people are like, why is he such a weirdo? We know it's there. Okay, maybe you don't. This is for the people who didn't know it was there. You log in. You're in Modern Warfare 2. You're in DMZ. You're in Warzone 2.0. It don't matter. You click on the... Hold on. I don't know what it is on PlayStation or on PC, but you'll figure it out. But here, you click on the options button, which is the hamburger. I call this the hamburger button, and I call this... Hold on. Sorry. All the other buttons are the obvious names, but for me, on an Xbox, this is record. This is hamburger button menu. Menu hamburger, because it's three little things. It's like three sandwiches. Some people call it the sandwich button. And this is the Jack in the Box, or Box in a Box button. Okay? And then this is home. This is ET phone home, because it makes your finger glow. Okay. So. Where's talk show? Boom. Do we want to do talk show? No, we want to do raw feed. Raw feed with chat, so we can show it. Okay. So, hamburger button. Boop. Hamburger button. You open your things, and you could scroll over here. Do stuff. You want that's a different story. But you can find squad teamwork 2 different ways. You'd be on the headset thing, and now that it's stable and working, hallelujah, you just scroll down and click on squad teamwork. Especially, now if I create a channel and you're a member of squad teamwork, you'll probably see it here. I might in the future, maybe not today, maybe not this weekend, maybe next week, maybe next weekend, like Friday afternoon, Saturday, all day. I might create a channel and we'll have like a gathering event of like, hey everybody in the clan, if you see this group, it's a voice chat channel, drop in for 5 minutes, say hi, and chit chat with other members of the clan or the group, the guild, the squad teamwork guild. But also, here in the first thing, right? So, hamburger button, you've got all these little squatty bits. Drop down one to social. Click, I call this the socials tab. You open the socials tab. Then you got party and friends is your first left button, right button, shoulder bumper button. You hit the right shoulder button, and this is a great window, right? Find all your friends. If you see me up in here hanging out, and instead of at the main menu, it says like in party chat or something, or in squad teamwork group, then drop on in squad teamwork and check out what's going on. I don't know what it looks like. I've never looked at myself in someone else's tab this way when I'm looking at the groups. But your right button over here to the groups, ba-da-bum! For the longest time, this was only intermittently available. It was very broken. This was often a blank page with a search, no results for nobody's group. And it would bug me. In theory, if you don't have us, if you're not in it, if you haven't joined, you would just select browse group, hit Y to enter, and type in the word squad. And I think it helps if you type in teamwork. But it should find us with just squad. It might not though. But if you type in teamwork, one word, it should totally double deluxe plus should find us. Searching. This didn't used to work. So I'm thrilled that it finally is, because I wrote a bug report officially. Look at that. If you type in squad teamwork is the only squad that comes up. And as you can see, we've been around for a hot second. 12/20/2022. Say what? 12/20/2022. And I don't remember if they put month first or day first. No, it's got to be month first because there is no 20th month. So it's month. It's December 20th, 2022. I don't remember how early we did this, but oh yeah, because this game dropped officially last year in October, right? Yeah, we're just turning the corner. I think so. Guess what this is? I kid you not. I kid you not. This sits on my desk all day long. It's the original, like, you pre-reserved your in-store copy, like, I don't know if this will focus on there and read it. I accidentally bought 2 copies of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 when I first got it. Well, not accidentally. Intentionally, but sort of thoughtlessly. Really early, I got the pre-order in the store because I just started streaming and I was already doing like Vanguard. And I'd started streaming without a Call of Duty focus. I was a variety focus. You might remember the early days: Far Cry, Primal, Far Cry 5, 6, Just Cause, Red Dead Redemption 2. All games I fully intend to get back to, even though I'm like super hyper fixated on Call of Duty. Anyways, the very first announcements of the pre-orders dropped in the store that I noticed. And I didn't know about the different editions. I just knew that if I pre-ordered it early, I would get lots of cool bonuses. So I pre-ordered it in the store. Weeks, and or months later, I was either reading something or watching a YouTube video. And it was like, if you have to buy the digital Vault Deluxe Edition to get these things and the crossover rewards in Call of Duty Mobile. And I really wanted that for some reason. And I was up really late. And there's some caveats here. And please keep in mind, I'm a grown-ass adult man, and, you know, I'm almost old enough to be some people's grandparents. I'm officially in the middle of my middle age, I suppose. And so I was up. I'd had insomnia for 3 or 4 days, and I was fed up. And so I had, you know, sort of, I was in a loungy sort of, I'm going to stay up. I'm going to start early and party. And I was smoking a little weed and drinking a little some adult beverages. And it was like 2 in the morning, and I was playing Call of Duty something. Probably Vanguard. And then, like, I was reading this thing, and and I forgot in that moment, in that 3 or 4th night of insomnia, and I was like trying to drink and smoke to try to like pass out so I can finally sleep, and I was playing video games to kill the time and be, you know, having fun, and was like, I really love this game. Oh my god, there's a new one. What? Oh, that's cool. There's a new one. That's right. Totally blanked. This was sitting on my desk. Totally blanked that I already pre-ordered it. So I bought the Deluxe Vault Edition online. Probably inside of Vanguard. Anyways. Then there was problems because I'd ordered 2 and like neither worked. And then it started to draw itself out. Okay. Anyways. Blah, blah, blah. I'm rambling. This is working. Huzzah. Please join. If you're already a member and you've forgotten that you're a member, come on by. Check things out. I wanted to do one last thing while we were here. I want to enter the group. Hang on, let's see if this voice to text works today. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I have to compose the thing in my head or else it doesn't make sense when I start talking and then I screw myself in the head. What do I want to say? I don't need the music in my head. Let's turn down the music a little bit here. I wanted to say testing, squad teamwork chat. Drop a hello if you are reading this. Can read this. Testing squad teamwork group chat system. Drop a hello if you are reading this. Now that the system seems to be working regularly, let's start getting to know each other and coordinating on guild events. Hello, everyone. Okay, so I ran out of room. And then we're gonna edit a little bit. Because we wanted that to be a comma, not a full stop, comma. Oops. What? There we go. I think the rest is good as the way it dropped. Let's drop the thing in chat. Huzzah! Okay. So, fingers crossed. We're just going to hope that people notice this over the weekend. It is Thursday, May 18th, 9:58 p.m. a.m. Sorry. 9:58 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll see if we get any hellos from people we've never talked to before or heard from before between now and Sunday. And I'll poke in and drop repromptings of this. Hopefully not too often. Okay, that's what I was excited about. I can't believe it took me 40 minutes to do all that. I'm gonna like clip that as a special episode and save it forever, but maybe edit it down. Okay, I'm just excited. Okay, for those of you who are new, anybody watching along that has never heard me talk about this before, welcome. Squad Teamwork. Squad Teamwork is a multi-video game guild of squads. As such, it's difficult for me to coordinate and distribute information efficiently. Except I've come out with a solution. This is especially strongly suggested for anyone who wants to impress me and apply to be a officer, like a chapter officer or a group leader, an officer. There's multiple tiers of officership, and I already forgot the names, but I wrote them down somewhere. There's a note in one of my apps, I do believe. But if you go to, and this is a new alert. This is a brand new, updated, and should be totally functional, correct link. And thanks to the power of technology, because I've got the right scene thing loaded up, I will be able to show you what this looks like. And we'll pop over on the desktop and look at that in just a hot second. In fact, I'll preemptively set it up. I'll type it in as we say it. If you go to Sprecher.com/show/squad TW. And I realized after I updated it, I really should have made it squad TW 42 or 420, but I decided to leave it alone because I've already updated it once and I didn't want to mess around and ruin it somehow. I had this it's the same content, but I had it originally for some reason let it auto-generate. You're welcome. Customer support is asking me to rate the conversation. I gave them an amazing super plus more. And I'll leave it there for further conversation. So this content, this show, the Squad Teamwork Guild Command Center Radio Briefings podcast, was available in the same exact format, exact same way. I was just referencing it behind or through my link collection, solo.to/Mr. Zeppo, which is confusing, I think, to some people. And I don't know if people are going to go watch it or not. But now, in the guild, officially, as you can see, it now is sprecher.com/show/squad TW. If you go there, whether or not you sign up for a free account, which, by the way, I think you should, because I humbly endorse this. And let me go main cam up close. This is an awesome platform. Sprecher.com hosts hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of professional and amateur podcasts. And I am one, dear friends, of one of those amateur aspiring to be professional podcast hosts that is publishing, distributing, and full disclosure, monetizing for free to you, but monetizing through placed advertising, their original intellectual property podcast content. And this project is, full disclosure, a way, hopefully, since we've got a growing membership, a way for it to fund itself. Because the proceeds that come in, I'm going to divvy up as I see fit, and I'm not trying to run a scam here. All of it's going to come into me, and it's going to be distributed between staying alive, getting, feeding myself, paying my bills, and a chunk of it, especially if the podcast for, the more the podcast for the guild is the primary driver of ad revenue, the more percentage of the money I'll drop into the thing. But I want to fund events inside of the game, like being able to give rewards, as I've seen other guilds do in other places, because they run either internal fundraising or whatever. But everyone appreciates in-game presents, gifts, either bundles of stuff from the store or little donations of the currency in the game. And Call of Duty squad inside of Call of Duty, especially moving forward into the supposed new unified future of Call of Duty, it should all be sort of, well, we'll see how much they deviate from the proposed vision, but it should all be fun and blah blah blah, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But anyways, more importantly than the monetization of the Squad Teamwork Radio podcast thing, and it's ready to go. I should be able to show it to you now. Where is desktop? Boom. First the tunnel, and then we swoop away this way. Boom. You should now be looking at my web browser on my desktop. Hide that there. But here we go. Here's Twitch, right? My creator dashboard for Twitch. Don't look at that. Here's my cloud bots. We got them turned off because they're too chatty each time. Here's Sprecher.com. We don't need this up anymore. Sprecher.com. We'll be adding more. I'm about to do an episode, but the more this generates revenue, the more I'll be able to put into a fundraiser pot of, or virtual account. I will account like an accountant, because I am actually the product of the minds of two accountants. Both my real life parents are accountants, so I know a thing or two. And I'm not trying to pull a scam here. I am literally trying to fund my creative endeavors. One of the things is this club, because I want to be able to hold in-game events and be able to do something and fund different ways to make that interesting and exciting and whatever. So, and I'll be, releasing reports and, as they are called, briefings about all of it here on this page. As you can see, we've got a welcome episode, which I haven't listened to, and I kind of did spontaneously, and I may take down and revise and update. I want to re-listen to all of these, having given them a few days of they were rough drafts, and I might, rework them. But there's a welcome episode. The most recent thing that we did was a call to action. This was also a rough draft attempt. Try to get people involved in the World Series. But all of these episodes came up back when the in-game group thing was not functioning consistently. So I don't know who has or hasn't listened to it. But now we seem to, knock on wood, and or press fiberboard, blessings be upon us, we seem to have a fixed, functional, stable group inside, the group system inside of the game, which means now the more people engage with it, the more we will actually start being able to develop and deploy a group culture and a group sense of community and a group sense of participating in fun, simple, silly, easy to participate in, in-game social events. One of which will be, I didn't highlight that episode. Let me go back to that. Real quick, just to be a nerd. We'll go over here. Where didn't I do this? And that was for the World Series. We didn't end up doing anything for that because we were trying to though. Activity announcement. Is this it? Invasion. I made a really long rambling 2-part episode in part because we got disconnected, I think, or something. Something went wrong. But we'll try to. I'll rework these if they suck. They probably do suck. But I will be re-engineering and re-executing this event. Probably, if it's Thursday now, I am in this live stream moment. It's Thursday, May 18th, 10:10, almost, not quite. If I wait 2 more minutes, it'll be 10:10 a.m. It'll no, not 10:10, just 10:10 a.m. It's 10:08 a.m. I pitched the idea, and I did give myself a week, and I then failed to attend. So I don't know if other people showed up and then were annoyed that I wasn't there. And if that happened, I apologize. But we're going to do a Vanguard invasion and also other games. Cold War, Infinity Warfare. We'll try to get sophisticated and we'll try to develop a list. I'll be re-releasing. I'll probably delete. Actually, I should just delete these 2 episodes and then re-release it. Because they're just there. But if you want to have a giggle, take a listen to them now. Go drop on by and check out those and the... I meant to do this, not the other thing. Come on by. If you're new to the guild, if you haven't, please, oh please do come on by. Check out the first couple. The Code of Conduct briefing is, I think, kind of important. I'm sort of serious. What's the other one? The survey question is kind of cool. The guild mantra explained. That's I really want to redo that one because I was kind of mushy mouthed, didn't really do it as concisely as I could have. But that one's really worth taking a listen to. If you listen to only 2 or 3 episodes, those are the ones I recommend. Come on by, check them out, wrap your brain around the kind of thing we're trying to do. And then come join us for video game action inside of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And here's the thing we're going to do. We're going to start off to make it spicy. We're going to keep it spicy. We're going to start off with some Vanguard. I've already got the disc in the drive. Okay, but I do love the opening loading bit. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to put my headsets on to make sure that we hear it correctly. This is, I don't expect anybody from the guild to suddenly magically be on the server right now. But the idea is, let's say it's Thursday, May 18th, 10:10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's say it's the 18th. Saturday the 27th. I had to lean over and look at my calendar. Saturday the 27th. We're going to do a Vanguard multiplayer. And then if campaign lets you do co-op, we might try to do that. I have to test that theory. Right? Wouldn't that be cool? If even if just 15 people from the clan, from the guild. I don't like that word, but that is what they use inside the game. Even if just 15, 20 people from squad teamwork show up. I don't know how many people out of the 90 how many people out of the 91 who are members of squad teamwork inside of Vanguard, inside of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, inside of that group, how many people have Vanguard? It's the most recent game that came out prior. I ventured, it's safe to guess that anywhere between 15 to 25 to 40% of the 91 people probably have it. Fingers crossed. Even if it's just 4 people. Let's show up. Let's play. Let's engage with other people in chat. Because guess what? These lobbies are active. Now, I could turn out to be wrong. But let's try to jump in to some games here and see if people are playing this game right now. I am going to take a quick break though, because biology and whatnot. Season 3 Reloaded is active. And see how they're promoting inside of this game? They're promoting Warzone 2.0 and or Modern Warfare 2. They know that they still got an audience in the old games that have yet to buy the new game. Because this franchise is sold to millions of copies of each of these games, and it isn't the same millions every single game. So there's an overlapping Venn diagram of the community. I'm gonna leave you here. We're gonna put you in Be Right Back screen actually, and drop the gaming audio out. And we're gonna take a quick little break, and then we'll be jumping into some Vanguard with some Snoop Dogg. We'll enjoy some gameplay. We'll see what's going on. We'll see if there's. I'm gonna be sad if there's absolutely no one out, but there's got to be someone over on the Eastern Seaboard or in Europe somewhere playing this game right now. So we should be able to find a match. Be right back.
Mírame el fuego.